Nobody warned me or told me how hard this would be. I thought that I would be able to work full time, record YouTube shorts every day, eat 160 grams of protein every day, learn to become a content creator, and train to do run walk intervals and still have a life. By the time Friday came, I realized I was trying to change everything all at once, and that nearly broke me. When I started this protein challenge, I thought the biggest challenge would be trying to eat enough protein. It wasn't. The biggest challenge was trying to reinvent my entire life all at once. Okay, I may have mentioned in one of my shorts that this was the is the end of the second quarter. And so the end of the second quarter and the fourth quarter year end are the busiest times of the year for me. So it meant lots of meetings, lots of reports, and deadlines. And I'm the type of employee, I kind of like to get my hands in everything because I like problem solving and I just like getting things done. Um, One day this week, I left, like when I clocked out, I had over 334 unread emails. And normally, that probably would have sent me spiraling or maybe feeling a little overwhelmed. But what I did was I used the tools that I gathered from a compassion challenge that I actually attended. I actually attended one in June and also in January. Um, so I use the tools that I've gathered or learned from the compassion challenge, which involves setting boundaries, taking pauses, and being kinder to myself. And I did that, and I just had to just pause and just I put my I remember I put my do not disturb notification on, turned off my notifications for emails, and I just honed in and I just focused on one report, just one report. And I just, because I'm one person, and that's what I had to do. And I got the report done, but I still had 334 unread emails. But I was okay with that. Actually, when I left Friday, I had over 400 unread emails. And normally, something like that would consume me. I would not be able to sleep because I would just be on and I'd be focusing and worrying about what I left undone at work. But I've come to the realization I absolutely love my job. I love my job. I love what I do, but that's just my job. It's not who I am. My job is what I do. It's not who I am. And my channel, starting over with Cheri, it reminds me, and the purpose of the channel was for me to realize and understand that there is life outside of my job. So you may have noticed, excuse me, you may have noticed something different about me today. Yes, it's my hair. For years, I have been coloring my hair and I've been playing, toying back and forth with whether or not I'm just going to embrace the gray. So when my friend did my hair, right, she actually added a gray to it. She's like, Cherie, try the ombre. I think you should just go gray because I think it would really look nice. And coloring your hair all the time is not really good. It's not healthy for your hair. So this too is a part of starting over with Cherie. I think I am going to embrace the gray. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to do this because I'm still trying to, trying to get used to it because I prefer my hair to be black. But it's a part of me reinventing my life and starting over. Maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. But it's a part of starting over, giving myself permission to try something new. Okay, YouTube, learning to be a content creator. Whew, I ain't gonna lie. There were times where I wanted to quit YouTube this week, but I am not a quitter. YouTube, YouTube will humble you. I'm telling you, it will humble you. Oh, it was just, I didn't realize I have like a whole new respect for content creators because I did not realize how much work is involved in trying to turn this here thing off in the background. It's so noisy, guys. Sorry. Okay. I did not realize how much work went into creating and editing videos. There were times this week I was just so tired or so busy, and I was just questioning myself, wondering, am I doing the right thing? Why did I decide to do this? I'm not getting a lot of views. All that self doubt, and you get discouraged, especially when you put so much time into a video and you get 11 views. You're like, what? That's the humbling part. But anyway, one thing about me, and you will notice in most of my videos, I talk about consistency. I am very persistent and I like to be consistent as well. So, you know what? I just hunkered down and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to quit. I just suck it out. I did it and I'm very proud of myself. Some of the videos are a little crappy, but you know what? I stuck it out. And I was consistent and I did it every day. I think it was, I don't want to say it's easy. It's just that consistency is who I am. I'm not perfect, which is why you always hear me say choose consistency over perfection because that's who I am. That's what I do. Now it's not easy. I didn't say it was easy. It is hard. It is very hard. But it's the kind of hard that I like. I like hard things because I like the feeling that I get afterwards when I accomplish something. So quitting is not an option. It is not an option. Um, it's yeah. I'm just not going to quit. I'm just going to keep trying until I get it right. Oh, but you know what? I almost forgot to mention this. There was some good news this week. And it came at the perfect time. I got a notification, and this is small for some people, but it's huge for me. I got a notification from YouTube that I met my first milestone. Um, I have 50 subscribers. Some people look at this and laugh. 50 subscribers, what can you do with that? Because you can't even get monetized until you have 1,000 subscribers. But from 3 to 50, that's improvement for me. And I was proud. I'm gonna save my little notification so that whenever I do get over 10,000 subscribers, I'll be like, hey, I remember when I started with only 50. So that's good news that I did get my little notification that I had 50 subscribers. So yeah, so that's another reason why I'm consistent and I try not to quit and I just keep going and keep going. I almost forgot to share that news with you guys. Okay, so the fun stuff. Protein. I talked about protein a lot last week. Um, I'm dealing with some hydration issues. That protein, those shakes and everything that I'm drinking and everything, has my mouth like cotton. I am not exaggerating. I am always thirsty, dry mouth. I have that, I have dry lips anyway. But with me consuming so much protein, I have to like have that chapstick or lip balm on standby because my mouth is always dry. I just have to look in the mirror and like, oh, what is going on with my lips? But yeah, eating a lot of protein, it just it dehydrates you. Um, but I'm working on it. I have not started meal prepping yet. It's because I still have a lot of convenience foods left, and so I want to get rid of those or get rid of most of it because I don't even have any room to put it. So to be honest with you, so I got to get rid of some of those convenience foods that I have before I can start doing meal prepping. But you know what, too? On another note, because someone else had mentioned in the comments that they would subscribe to my channel if I would show meals that are high in protein, low in sodium, and meals that they can make at home. I'm not there yet. My life is so busy. It's so busy. It's so full. So I kind of lean on convenience items. What I probably will do is maybe prepare one or two things and have that every day. But I'm still going to have my convenience items because, like I mentioned before in my other video, that there has to be a balance. But to respond to that comment, also, there are thousands and thousands of YouTube creators out there with content regarding protein, meal prepping, fitness. There are thousands and thousands of creators, content creators. That is not me. That's not what my channel is all about. Protein and the fitness thing, that's just one season, it's one chapter of my life. And that's what I'm focusing on this summer. 3 months down the road, you may not even hear me mention the word protein. I will probably be still taking in my protein, but it's not going to be a focus like it is this month. And I also want to say that, um, guys, I would not advise anyone to do what I'm doing, especially my June challenge where I walk 5 miles every day. I'm not an expert here. I'm only showing you guys what I've done and what worked for me. I'm actually building a story. And if you stick with me long enough, you will see how that story plays out. So I started with walking, right? Walking every day, 5 miles. Then I ease into protein. The next one is going to be easing into um, interval training, walk, run, walk, run. Then there's going to be endurance. And then there's running consistently. And then I'll run my first race continuously without the intervals. So I'm building up because there's another race that I want to do in January. I registered for a race in October, but there's another one that I want to do that's even harder. That's in January. So there's a story. There's a story behind all this madness. But let me get back to my main point. What I'm trying to say is that um, please don't do what I do. And that's, I'm not trying to tell anyone to follow me. I'm just showing you my journey. Maybe, I don't know, a year or two, someone new might want to join my channel and they may, oh, because I'm going to have before and after pictures. They may want to know what my journey was like. They may want to know what I looked like in the beginning and what it took me to get to where I will be in the future because I'm claiming it. I'm gonna lose a lot of weight. I'm gonna be looking cute, y'all. I'm gonna be looking cute. So anyway, that's why that's the reason behind my channel. My channel is me starting over, reinventing my life at 62. And I'm just showing you guys the steps in the journey, what I'm doing to get where I want to be. So I went off on a tangent there. Sorry about that. So now that I went off on a tangent, let me get back to the big lesson at hand. What I learned, the biggest lesson I learned is that I need to slow down. The mistake that I made was trying to change everything at once. What I need to do is focus on one thing and be consistent with that one thing. And then that's when I will see progress. That's when results happen. Trying to do too much at once was the biggest mistake I could have made. But lesson learned. Y'all, y'all. I was walking, protein, YouTube, learning how to use the different cameras, learning how to edit, setting boundaries, taking better care of myself, trying to embrace my gray. I mean, just so much, meeting deadlines, trying to please everyone. It was just so much. I had to just like pump the brakes. I'm like, hey, Cheri, you're just one person. And I feel good about the decisions that I made because, guys, that was a lot. A lot. Starting out, I mean, it's not starting out, starting over, it doesn't mean changing everything. It means changing things one step at a time. And more importantly, being consistent enough to let it change your life. You know what else I want to add to that, guys, is which is equally as important as being consistent is when you set your mind to do something, you will probably come against people, some naysayers or whatever, so because everyone has opinions. Everyone has opinions. They're just free to give their unsolicited opinions. Me, I have always sort of marched to the beat of my own drum. I'm not really a follower. I kind of like, I mean, I will follow the rules, but I tend to veer off on my own and do my own thing. Some people love that about me, and some people hate that about me. It is what it is. It's who I am. So my point is, if there's something that you want to do, it's in your heart to do it, you're gonna have to do it. And forget about what everyone else says. You know, because I'm sure people have a lot to say about what I'm doing. She don't know what she's doing. She's not an expert. Why she eating all that? Why she's not cooking? Why she's not doing this? Because I can. Because I don't want to. That's why I'm doing it. And that's the attitude that most people should have. If it's something that you want to do it because you want to do it, not because of what other people feel or, because everyone's going to have their opinion. And I don't care what everyone else's opinion. I'm doing this for me. And so the kicker is going to be all the people that are I don't know who is being negative, is when I do have my results, because I am going to have some results, right? And you're going to be like, how did she achieve those results? Because I did it my way, not everybody else's way. And that's the thing. You got to plan your work and work your plan and do things the way that you want to do it to the best of your ability and not worry about what other people say or think. And that's what I'm doing. Because if I don't believe in myself, who else is going to believe in me? You got to believe in yourself first. And that's just how it is. That's just what it is. Guys, I'm always going up on a tangent. Okay, let me bring myself back. Don't make the mistake that I made. Stick to one thing, work on one thing, change it, then move to the next thing, one step at a time. Consistency. Just be consistent about whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is you want to change in your life. Because, and yes, I'm going to say it again, consistency beats perfection every time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following, and I will see you next week.